disappoint me. Second by second, you waste my time.
Don't you just feel like that? Or just people just waste your time? What's up, pups? Welcome to another episode of the Power Up Podcast. It's a podcast that takes a gander at the old pop culture field. See what's happening there? Give our 2 cents, I guess you could say. I'm just your average farmer giving his 2 cents to this crazy world. I don't know what that means, but we're going to go with it. But yeah, we take a look at pop culture, see what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, sometimes what's spiritual. I have no problem talking about scripture and seeing how that applies to the pop culture field, because a lot of it is quite interesting when you kind of take it back to the roots in terms of like where ideas came from and whatnot. But if you're new to the show, smash the subscribe button, punch that thumbs up, and turn on notifications to get notified when I go live. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do this show, whether it's solo or with a guest, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 Eastern Time. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do some gaming. Right now, we've been playing Sparking Zero and Blue Dragon, so we'll continue those. And then over the weekend, just do some gaming. But yeah, pretty much the big thing that everyone's talking about is Asmongold. I never watched his stuff because, quite frankly, I'm not interested. I don't know. To me, I have no interest in hearing his opinion on things. And I think the very little stuff I have listened to, I just roll my eyes. I'm just like, whatever. But apparently, he went against the woke narrative and thus has made the Twitch gods, or fallen gods, I guess I should say, the people over at Twitch mad. So he's banned, and I guess he's stepping down from his PC company. Said the wrong things and now is paying the price. So we'll look into all of that. And really, that one's probably going to be the main topic of articles that we'll take a look at, that I'll get informed about. Other stuff I found was apparently another thing with the Pokemon breach that recently happened. I guess there was a sequel or possibly a planned sequel, or works on doing a sequel to Detective Pikachu. So we'll look at that. And then I found some other interesting articles. So we'll go on ahead and hop into it. Wha-bam. Coming from Tech for Gamers. This one caught my eye just because I see over there GoldenEye. Who here grew up with GoldenEye? I loved GoldenEye. Pretty much what started FPS shooters. Some could say even the founder of FPS shooters. Debatable, but definitely very influential. And according to this, the gaming industry has shortage of decent spy espionage games. The gaming industry is too focused on action games, leaving the stealth genre stale, and it's time we see more spy espionage games. According to, Shahir, he declares, what's up, Sam? Over on YouTube says, GoldenEye was epic. Yeah, I love GoldenEye. Too bad that Xbox arcade version didn't come to fruition, but that got leaked to where you can now play it. But it would have been nice to actually officially see it get released. And then they did that weird remake. I actually have that. I actually have the gun thing that went with that for the PlayStation 3. I mean, I didn't really do it justice. And then to really enjoy and experience GoldenEye, either play your N64 or 1964 emulation can give you a really fun GoldenEye experience, because you can use keyboard and mouse and, all that fun stuff. But anyway, Shahir says, in my early gaming days, I remember playing titles like Project IGI and GoldenEye, fully taking on a spy protagonist role and feeling like one myself. These games were immersive and absolute thrillers to play from start to finish. What's up, Loki? The thought of a single man taking down operations to save a country from enemies of the state or just protecting the world was just really awesome. Unfortunately, it's been a while since I've played a game like this, with the last one being Splinter Cell Blacklist. You know, I never played the Splinter Cell games. I probably should, because I feel like I'd enjoy it. I went down the Metal Gear Solid route, which I'm assuming will be brought up in this article, because come on, when you think of, you know, these type of games, you think of Metal Gear Solid. I was going to say GoldenEye, but yeah, that does deal with the spy section, but your stealth genre section, Metal Gear Solid. The gaming industry's norms have changed, and no matter how many times I've discussed it, I hate the fact that publishers are now chasing trends instead of making awesome and thrilling projects like these. Well, they're not just chasing trends, they're bastardizing established franchises. I really want more spy espionage games. You may ask yourself why it matters. Why it matters? Why it matter? There hasn't been a decent spy espionage game in quite some time, and gamers nowadays have yet to experience the thrill of level and immersiveness in these games. Let me know in the comments what spy games you guys like. This is why I believe developers should lean towards this genre again. But why? Why? What makes a spy espionage game differ from stealth games? For according to this, they are more of a subgenre of stealth games. While these games are based on the entire purpose of a stealth approach, they differ significantly from conventional stealth games. Stealth games are focused on almost the exact same principle as spy espionage games, which involve the basic premise of sneaking and subduing enemies. However, the narrative is the most significant difference between conventional stealth and spy espionage game. Okay, I'm not gonna bash this guy, but really, dude, I feel like you're really grasping at straws here. If you're trying to tell me, well, there's a difference between spy games and stealth games, and it's just the narrative. Come on. I hope he gives better examples, because right now I'm not convinced. Stealth games can be based on a character's personal story or an overarching story within the world, but spy espionage games, on the other hand, are based more on narrative. This subgenre involves playing as a government agent who takes on a high-stakes mission and revolve around conflicts on a worldwide scale. What, like Solid Snake? That's still considered a spy game or a stealth game, but apparently it can fall under the spy espionage because you are a government agent who goes around and does missions all across the world. So I don't know what this... Anyway, almost everyone who has watched Mission Impossible movies want to be like Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt and channel out their inner spy after watching the film, being the single person who takes down big targets to protect the world. Spy espionage games do exactly that. With high-tech gadgets and tools at the helms, players infiltrate enemy base camps or retrieve documents or kill high-profile targets like in Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid. Okay, so first time bringing up Metal Gear Solid, I believe. But, dude, these are categorized as stealth games. This person is really stretching to try to differentiate spy espionage and stealth games. Like, I hate to say it. If it's a spy espionage game, it's a stealth game. Like, let's be honest here. Right now, you're only saying that based on the narrative, that's how you're going to classify it as a stealth game and a spy espionage game. While the subgenre is stagnant right now, starting next year, many great video games will be released that are a throwback to the PlayStation 2 era of spy-themed games. You got your Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. It's the remake of a series' third game, entirely replicating the original game, just built with new graphics. Metal Gear Solid games are one of the best spy-themed games, but are more on the fictional side of feature some of the greatest video games characters in history. Next on the list, Splinter Cell is also getting a remake from the ground up. We'll see how that goes, though. Haven't they been bastardizing it? At least Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater looks rather untouched because I think the backlash of messing around with Snake Eater would be huge if Konami decided to change things and really DEI it. Splinter Cell, not so much. I honestly want newer games to enjoy the feeling of playing as Sam Fisher take on a near impossible mission and feeling like a badass. Aside from remakes, IOI Interactive is also working on a James Bond game, featuring an entirely new storyline. Knowing the developers work on Hitman games, I can rest assured that they will create a title that perfectly encapsulates Bond's character and what makes him America's best spy. America's best spy? Oh no. Oh no. Dude. Shair. James Bond is not American. What are you talking about? Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My friend, change this immediately. He's pursuing a business degree while working as a part-time content. I'm not trying to bash the guy, but dude, James Bond is not James for America. For America, Alec. You know, that's not what you heard. He was Alien's Cossack. America is about to feel the the sting of betrayal. Inflation adjustments for Oh my gosh. In the meantime, I recommend playing Hitman World of Assassinations. It's apparently a relaunch of Hitman 3, features all this stuff. New storylines, first 3 games. Apparently a episode featuring celebrities like Conor McGregor, if you check that out. Oh dude. I had a sneaking suspicion when this person really couldn't, like, again, he was grasping at straws to try to separate stealth and espionage, but then literally in that same sentence, like, point to games that he thinks are spy espionage games and they're labeled as stealth. I gave him the benefit of doubt at that one, but the mere fact that he's saying that James Bond is like James Bond, you're correct, Loki. He is British. Yeah. To say that James Bond is America is one of Americans' favorite spies. Oh my goodness. Or what made him America's best spies. Again, not trying to bash the guy, but maybe do a little bit more work, my friend, before you release an article like this. It's been a while since I saw or played it. Yeah, he's got a license to kill. He's England. He's British. Oh boy. Well, I mean, I was still intrigued, but yeah, kind of let down about that article. That came from Tech for Gamers, a new source that I actually do quite enjoy. This one, I feel that kind of dropped the ball a little bit about trying to convey what he was trying to express. This also caught my eye. This was at that park place. Data suggests Walt Disney World has declining attendance for 8 straight months. I wonder why. Repeatedly, the Disney company has directed stockholders at the parks and the experiences division could see weaker than hoped for returns, and perhaps that could go on for the up to 18 months. However, we're ready to disclose that the crown jewel of the entire company, the Walt Disney World Resort, just might be in a free fall that needs far more coverage. So, WDW Passport. Disney World crowd levels 1 out of 10, 1. I don't know what this means, but here's a picture. Overall Walt Disney World crowds. You got that. You got that. You got that. As the single most important asset in all of Disney's empire, Disney World brings in something like 1/3 of all the mega corporations' profit. That's a huge number, yet investors likely know nothing of what could be a spiral out of control in a negative way for the happiest place on earth. Let's explain. The website Thrill Data collects and aggregates all of Disney. World's public posted wait times for their attraction and rides. Wait times are highly correlated with crowd levels, although 2020 and 21 data is skewed by atypical policies and procedures in the parks during those times. The rest of the year gives us good information as to just how crowded the Disney World parks might be, and what we've discovered via Thrill Data is that Disney World's wait time are falling precipitously during 2024. We believe that holds true for attendance as well. So there you go. Shoop. As you can see from the chart above, the wait time and likely attendances has been dropping every single month of the year. To say this is atypical would be an understatement. The normal way that Disney attendance ebbs and flows is nowhere to be seen here. There's no summer bounce. There's no pickup in October. We don't even see spring break months have lift whatsoever. The chart above being with December of 2023, as you can see, except for February, every single month has followed the same drop. That's highly abnormal. From comparison, here's what 2023 looked like. I think it's because people are tired of the woke bullshit. You guys keep changing rides to accommodate stupid DEI crap. You're having princesses be portrayed by men, which nobody wants to look at that. And I'm sure Star Wars isn't helping your image. Yeah, you guys, I mean, keep in mind, Disney, bring back the Walt in Walt Disney World. That's what you need to do. The prior year was far more normal, although still not great for the park. Summer months missed their mark. Had a great December finish, at least somewhat made up for it. The usual bounces, however, are still in place, even if muted during the hottest vacation months of the year. That's in stark contrast to the nonstop drop Disney World is currently experiencing. Of course, the hurricanes have not helped in 2024, but that's only 1 month of the year. And at this point, it doesn't look like the latter half of October is going to be able to dig the company out of this hole. One can only summarize that the pattern must stop in November. Surely crowds will reverse for the Thanksgiving holiday. I thought Thanksgiving holiday is like a terrible holiday because, those poor Native Americans. So we've never seen anything like this in terms of steady attendance and wait time drops across the park. It's going to take one heck of a holiday season to make the final outcome better than dismal. And that's pretty much the end of that article. Well, yeah. Because it's the poison is spreading out through everything. It's not just in their media anymore. It's now showcasing at the amusement parks. Like I said, weirdo men think that they can just go ahead and dress up as a god, a fairy god. Would you even say mother? They would say mother. I would say father. They always supported the LGBTQ stuff like that. Like a long time ago when I went there, gay people would just flaunt themselves around all the time, which don't care, but that's a place where kids are. And people would literally be wearing shirts saying, gay people would be wearing shirts saying, "One day I hope my prince will come, CUM." Yeah, you let that debauchery keep going and going and going, then people don't want to show up. All right. Massive Pokemon data leak sheds light on apparent Detective Pikachu sequel. Filmed to be helmed by Kong Skull Island director Jordan Vogt-Roberts. Any fans of the Detective Pikachu movie? I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore fan of Detective Pikachu, but I enjoyed it. Well, you might be in luck because information revealed by way of an absolutely massive data leak, from Game Freak servers. I woke up really early in the morning. and it sucks because I hate waking up early in the morning. You know, when you just wake up and then it's like, well, I'm up, and you're well past beyond that state where you could fall back asleep. That's what happened to me today. The developers behind the Pokemon video game franchise has seemingly confirmed that work has begun on a sequel to the fan favorite film. Are we actually going to see battles or actual Pokemon like capturing? So in 2019, dang, that was in 2019. Wow. I mean, I was still in Texas, but wow. Starring Ryan Reynolds as the titular character and Justice Smith as Tim Goodman. His name was Justice. Okay. I forgot about that, apparently. Was both a critical and commercial success. Unfortunately for fans, in the years since, no one attached to the film has given any indication that a follow-up was in the works. However, that all changed when on the weekend of October 12th, an absolutely astonishing amount of internal Game Freak files related to the development of not just the Pokemon games, but the franchise overall, were leaked online. And according to said leak, it appears that the great Detective Pikachu is on the horizon. Look at that guy. Charging up a Thunderbolt attack. Well, it says quite a bit of interesting things. You might ask yourself, what does the leak say? First, it seems that according to the leak information, the sequel has been in development since 2021. And here's the kicker. Was originally set for a 2024 release. Ooh. So what has happened that made it stop the film from making it to theaters? Unfortunately, the leak doesn't provide any details. Instead, fans have been left to speculate that either something has gone awry with its production or that the project might have been completely shelved. The plot details reveal. Spoiler, everyone. I don't have like a spoiler warning. What would be an appropriate clip to showcase that we're about to read some spoilers?
Gay.
Sure, we'll go with that one. So while the leak did not reveal the full details of the sequel's production, what it did bring to light was that the fact that director Jordan Vogt Roberts, best known for Kong Skull Island, will be at the helm. This marks a shift in tone from the original, as Vogt Roberts' work tends to lean towards grand, action-packed visual storytelling, while the first Detective Pikachu blended lighthearted comedy with more mature themes in the occasional set piece. However, it should be noted that the original film deviated itself from the anime's more child-friendly depiction of the Pokemon universe. And though not all fans were pleased, particularly die-hard Pokemon enthusiasts who criticized the film for taking too many liberties with the source material, still garnered significant audience approval. At current, Rotten Tomatoes holds it at a strong 79% audience approval rating. I think if you would have thrown in some battles in there, they probably could have won some people over. I mean, come on, because that's what you think of. Like, you want to see battles. And what'd you see? Like one attempt, like in the beginning with Tom, what's his name? Tom Goodman or something, or whatever the hell the main character's name was. Like, try to catch a Pokemon but fails. The sequel challenges. If the movie does ever actually make it into the world, it unfortunately faces two distinct challenges. First, of course, is that it has to balance its predecessor's appeal for fan expectation. With some fans still feeling burned by Hollywood's heavy-handed treatment of various video games, comic books, and books, the sequel's production team will need to avoid going their own way in regards to the source material. The second is the matter of budget. I wouldn't say it's a matter of budget. I mean, we're seeing money be spent left and right with failing franchises, like Star Wars and stuff. Hollywood doesn't care about budget. While the first film earned $450 million globally on a budget of $150 million, in light of the film's marketing budget, which for a Hollywood film is generally assumed to be equal to its production cost, bringing its total price tag to closer to $300 million, it's likely that Nintendo, Game Freak, Legendary Pictures found that Detective Pikachu's profit margin wasn't as impressive as what they wanted it to be. As such, odds are good that they'll only greenlight another adventure for the Electric Hero if they're sure they can fund it in such a way that gets a far greater return to your investment. Once again, if you actually had battles, that probably would have done something. So whether the Great Detective Pikachu will be released remains an open question. As well, the leak has provided some insight into the project's development, or lack thereof. Fans are still waiting for an official confirmation regarding its existence. To this end, in theory, this massive leak could do one or two things. One hand, it's possible with the sequel now being on fans' radars, Nintendo will choose to ride the wave of attention, confirm its production. On the other, given that it's possible that the leaked information was more a wish list of what producers wanted for a sequel, they could also come out and admit that the sequel is definitely not in their pipeline. There's a Charizard finding himself under the rage-inducing influence of drug R. Yeah. Either way, if another movie was coming, there's one person who would likely be quite mouthy about it, and that would be, of course, Ryan Reynolds. So until he says something, we will likely have to sit and wait. Well, there you go. What do you guys think? You guys think you'd be interested in seeing a Detective Pikachu sequel? I'd probably be fine seeing it, though I haven't been really enthused about going to the theaters to see movies nowadays. But I wouldn't mind checking it out. All right, so as I said, this is probably going to be like the remaining main topics here. I don't know how long the stream will be, but we've got a couple articles here involving old Asmongold, banned from Twitch over Palestine hate speech. Oh boy. Asmongold has been banned from Twitch. This is from Niche Gamer, as you can see. He has been banned from Twitch following the spread of a clip where he went on a rant about the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict. On stream, Asmongold, Zach Hoyt, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name, but whatever, accused Palestinians of having genocide baked into Sharia law. Okay. He goes on to say that they're terrible people and, quote, would be doing the same thing were Palestinians the one with more military and institutional power. Goes on to say that it's a, quote, inferior culture which kills people for their identities, referring to the way LGBTQ... Oh, wait, now it's back to LGBT+. They got rid of the Q and A and all that shit. Individuals are treated in majority Muslim nations. Admittedly, Palestine is different from most countries in the region and has no explicit law banning same-sex activity. However, members of the LGBT+ community faces extrajudicial violence from Hamas. You can find the clip below. The VOD has seemingly been taken down. And there it is, right there. I mean, I guess we could play it. Let's see.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing.
He says drinking from a Coca-Cola.
And how much did they
Big
kill?
gulp.
As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
There you go. That's what he said. I mean, you ain't wrong. If it's not from God, if it's not from the scripture, then it's from Satan. And there are a lot of stuff in the world that comes from Le Satan, the Nahash. Well, that's the serpent. Satan is the accuser. That's his title. Well, it's a title and also himself. After the fall from being from Hel Ben Shakar. That would be translated as Lucifer, but it's Hel, which means light bearer, son of the dawn. Anyway, his account, Zachar, has been banned. Although his Asmongold account is still up, however, streaming on his alt account will be banned. Evasion, effectively meaning both accounts are bad. And then he bent the knee, and he posted an apology. Looking back on it, I was way too much of an asshole about the Palestine thing. Oh no. I think you spoke from the heart there. My bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their lives destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. You guys deserve more than me saying stupid shit like that. I'll do better. Oh, that was a rather small article from Asmongold. I mean, I guess this happened yesterday, so we have more articles to look at here. I know this guy gets on like Christianity and stuff, and of course you'll never see any apologies for saying this sort of stuff about, Christianity or anything like that, because Christians, it's okay to make fun of Christians because they know that they won't act that extreme back. So, this is why he's bending the knee in towards of the Palestine hate speech, is because what he complains about them doing is what they would do to him unless he apologizes. More specifically, Twitch. So, switching over to that Park Place, he responds to Twitch ban and admits that saying he didn't care about the slaughter of innocents was a horrible, disgusting, mean-spirited thing to say. So, I watched side scrollers kind of play the whole video, so you can find the whole video over there and whatnot. But this was a response to the recent Twitch ban on his Zachar channel, and admitted that his comments claiming he did not care about the slaughter of innocents was a disgusting, mean-spirited thing to say. Again, only for Palestinian. If this was Christians, even Twitch would be fine with this sort of stuff too. And then, of course, you have that retard Hassan, or whatever his name is, who said some stuff too, but he's perfectly fine. I think these guys are both retarded anyway. Both those guys. I have no interest in any of what they have to say. So earlier this week, Asmongold was banned from Twitch after he commented on the war in Palestine. In a clip uploaded to the Drama Alert account on X, he said, if you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built in that. So no, I'm not going to cry. We literally just watched the clip. Anyway. More of the quote. So that's what he concluded. So in a post to X after the clip went viral, he apologized. Looking back on it, I was too much of an asshole about the Palestinian thing. My bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their lives destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. Guys deserve more than me saying stupid shit like that. I'll do better. In another post he added, I don't mind apologizing if it's something I think I'm actually wrong about. Given the amount of times I've gotten hate for things and never apologized should be proof enough of that. Just don't apologize. Just own with what you got. I don't mind apologizing if it's something I think I'm actually wrong about. But that's the question. What was he wrong about in what he just said? Because a lot of what he said is indeed true. Sharia law is that extreme. They do go around killing people. have extreme laws. So he's not wrong when he says that. It's just that he crossed over a line with the wrong think, and now Daddy Twitch had to come and set things straight. And now he's facing the repercussions. And let's be real here. He probably makes enough that he could just stop right now and go retire somewhere. He's fine. Because that's like if we get to an article that talks about his like response to everything, he talks about like he needs to take a step back and stuff like that. Dude, just hang it up. Just hang it up, because you're set for life, you know? Anywho. So now in a video uploaded to YouTube, Asmongold addressed his comments and the ban he received from Twitch. So this is his plans moving forward. He stated, I made some comments about Palestine and also about Hamas, and basically opinions that were trivializing the genocide of what's happening there. And I don't really want to like mince words or try to like, oh, I wasn't justifying or, you know, promoting it. I said something about it that was disgusting. I said that I don't care about innocent people getting killed by another force, by anything. And I think that's a horrible, disgusting, mean-spirited thing to say. But again, say if this was about Christianity, no one would complain about it. Because as Christians, you know, we're supposed to show that agape love to people and whatnot. That doesn't mean not telling them the truth or cater to their sins or X, Y, Z. But, you know, as Christians, these people see Christians, you know, they see meekness as weakness, which is 100% not the case at all. But, you know, you can say whatever you want, but it's not like we'll then turn around and be like, oh, we gotta go, gotta get violent on your ass for saying such a thing. We're not supposed to do that. Would it be nice to God to finally come down and pour out his wrath? Absolutely, and it's gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, I listened to what he said, and part of me was like, whatever, I don't care. You know? Anyway, and I don't necessarily think that it was really racist, really. I didn't see it as racist. But when I'm using language like Palestinians or like the people there rather than what my real language was, I've always been very outspoken and very against religious extremism, and I still am, he continued. I think that any religion that's going to cause you to put other people in kind of positions below you, as like gay people, women, people with disabilities, anything like that, I think that's a really bad position to have, and I really don't like that. He then explained, I think that my problem, my fault here, was that I was making a criticism of religious extremism. And it's like I've always made an effort not to draw a distinction between the two things. I think a lot of us here can easily say that we're against religious extremism, and I am. But whenever I categorize everybody in the area as this group, then I'm the asshole, and I was the asshole. Well, at the end of the day, you're gonna find out which religion, I guess, is correct. I mean, I know which one it is because I've taken the time to study. You know, and I still study it too. So, I mean, I guess, but isn't, even with religious extremism, every religion really has that sort of thing anyway. So that's why he, you know, and I guess that's why he says, you're a criticism of religious extremism, but you literally just listed off something that is true because they're that fucking extreme. But now you're like apologizing. What up, Kalian? Then observed, I think this has been going on for like 2 years. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most mean-spirited, and I don't really even know what the word is for it. It's just like the most mean-spirited, rude, nasty, just like callous, psychopathic version of myself. That's when you turn off the camera and you step away. I mean, I tell you to go seek God, but I mean, you've already just explained that you have a problem with religion. I think he even said he was Roman Catholic. I doubt he actually took the time to study to see what Scripture actually would have to say. But yeah, just turn off the camera, touch grass. Let's see, where did I go? After noting that his friends and family had been warning him about this, he shared, I look back at some of the things that I've said and done over the past 2 years, and I don't think I've been wrong about everything obviously right. Wait. I look back at some of the things that I've said and done over the past 2 years, and I don't think that I've been wrong about everything obviously right, but there have been ways that I've communicated and ways that I've acted that are indefensible. And looking back on it, it's just disgusting. Okay, I heard him say this, and maybe it made more sense to me when he was talking. Doesn't this make this sound like that every sort of comment that he left? Doesn't this make this sound like that? To me, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to see if I'm like misreading this, but this to me it sounds like he's saying every comment that he's left he's been correct on. I mean, no one's been like that except one person in life, in existence. But anyway, he's right. I watch his stream every day, and this is not the first time he says inferior culture, but this time he expanded a whole lot. But there have been ways that I've communicated and the ways I've acted that are indefensible, and looking back at it, it's just disgusting. Later in the video, Asmongold noted he was humiliated when Muslim individuals and people with family in Palestine reached out to him to check and see if he was all right. He shared, you know who reached out to me and they wanted to talk and have a conversation, see if I was okay? People that were Islamic and people that had fucking family in Palestine. How humiliating is that? How absolutely humiliating is that? And these were people I was trying to say were bad. I mean, oh my gosh. We've all generalized at one point or another. I feel like such a fucking stupid asshole. I really do. Still, later in the video, he noted that he would be changing his streaming schedule. The first thing is that I think I'm going to try. I've been very much trying to maintain a consistent schedule with my stream. I will continue to do that. I want to get up and go to bed at a relatively the same time. I want to live a normal life, and also I want to spend a little bit less time streaming, and I want to spend more time creating my own videos and doing my own things and spending time on things that I really enjoy, and basically just like to expand my existence as a person. Okay. Again, if you've starting to feel like such an asshole about things, then turn the camera off and go do it. After noting how he failed as leader over the past 2 years with his various business endeavors and partners, he said, I need to get myself in check. I need to get my mind under control. I need to fix my fucking life. Think about it, and it's in shambles. Everything about my life is basically fucked, and I'm going to step back from all that. I'm going to step away from my leadership position with OTK, Starforge, and everything. They're fine with that. They respect that, and I want to do this not only for them, but mainly for myself, so I can be a better version of myself for everyone. What do you make of Asmongold's response? I mean, honestly, sounds like Twitch came a-knocking and said, hey, we don't like what you just said. And he bent the knee. That's what I get out of all of this. And I don't watch his stuff. I have no interest in watching his stuff. But, yeah, if you're struggling with feeling that your life is in shambles and you're not, you feel like shit and all that, and, all the stuff he says, then turn off the camera. Take some you time, man. And this is another one too. So after Asmongold announced he was stepping away from Starforge System, company appears to condemn him for his comments about the war in Palestine. In the wake of Asmongold announcing he's stepping away from Starforge Systems, the company that he co-owned and co-created, appeared to condemn him in his comments earlier this week during one of his streams. Okay, it's just a recap of what we just read. There is the proof of his channel being taken off from Twitch. I thought I read somewhere that he's not monetized on Twitch. So, like, in all honesty, if you weren't monetized or really making any money off of it, how much of an impact is this really having? But that's just something I read somewhere. I don't know if it's true. In a post to X after he went viral, looking back at it, okay. Really padding the article here because it's pretty much the same thing. Just violated your golden rule of never apologizing. It would be interesting to hear what you made an exception on your next YouTube video. I don't mind apologizing if it's something I think I'm actually wrong about. But that's the main question. Because when you said that, you seemed pretty damn confident about what you were saying. And then lo and behold, Twitch bans your channel. Now all of a sudden, it's just, yeah, I was wrong about it. Sus. Whoops. Did not mean to click that. I think a lot of us here kind of skipping. Okay. So we kind of read all that. By the way, he was banned 7 years ago for making an inappropriate joke about people feeling Hurricane Katrina or fleeing Hurricane Katrina. Okay. Yeah. We've all said extreme stuff. I'm guilty of that. We've all said extreme stuff. Should you be banned for it? I don't think so. If anything, people will just see you as an asshole. It's like, okay. What is it, that Offspring song? I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Some comedians do that too. Frickin' Gilbert Gottfried made that 9/11 joke right then and there. Like when it just happened not too long ago. That is some people's way to respond. Anyway. Some people go to that darkness, really quick. Anyway, however, following the release of this video, the official Starforge Systems account on X appeared to condemn Asmongold over his comments rather than accept his apology and offer forgiveness. The company posted, "We have spoken to Asmongold and have mutually agreed to part ways. Starforge unequivocally rejects all forms of discrimination, hatred, and violence. We stand up and align ourselves with those around the world, seeking to foster acceptance, unity, and dignity." Not only did the statement come out after Asmongold's announcement that he was stepping away, but it also came in the wake of YouTuber Detective Seeds announcing he was ending his partnership with the company. He wrote on X, "I'm no longer partnered with Starforge System PC. I've requested that my code be removed from usage after a year of partnership due to the comments made by Asmongold, who is one of the owners. I have Muslim friends from that region, and I cannot represent the product after his comments." Then in another post he added, "I will take the heat for making a decision for myself. Won't bother me. I've just traveled the world enough to know that not everyone who uses a prayer rug, prays to Allah, and fasts during Ramadan wants to kill me. Of course, some twist the religion. Happens with them all, and those dudes go in the dirt hard. But most Muslims I've met, worked with, and helped treat me with kindness and mutual respect." Another one he added, "The last 24 hours, I have had death emails, messages, dislikes, and stuff on my video. It's all good. I stand by my decision and what I did. Even if you do not agree with me, call me what you want. I do not harm anyone with my actions or stance, and I would do it again." What do you make of Starforge's system announcement that it was severing ties with Asmongold? Again, for me in the end, I'm just reading this just to get an understanding of what it is. Asmongold's videos never appealed to me. I mean, even his appearance doesn't appeal to me in terms of how he presents himself, but whatever. Yeah, it's funny for someone. I do think it's interesting that for someone who stated that apparently the golden rule is to never apologize, and here you are apologizing about it. Prime example to showcase it is quite interesting. Because again, just based on that video I watched, he didn't mince his words when he was saying that stuff. He seemed pretty clear about it. But yeah, in the end, I don't really care about Asmongold. Don't care about his opinions. I think a lot of it is, from the very little stuff that I see, I honestly think he's pretty retarded about a lot of stuff. But whatever. I'm sure people say the same thing about me. But that's really all I have for today. Let's check out what games were released today. Because you know what? We want to end on a good note. So October 16th, Super Double Dragon for Super Nintendo was released. That's pretty dope. You got your Dead or Alive 2. What else? Devil May Cry. Very good series. Definitely would recommend it. Hey, Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalker. I do like me my Magic the Gathering. I never played Duels of the Planeswalker. I think I started to, and then they had Magic the Gathering Arena, so I was like, sure, we'll just do that again. 007 Legends. The Legend of Dark Witch. Feel like I've Yoshi's Woolly World. So some solid games. Moby Dick has like more lists. See if anything stands. Oh, Ghostbusters 2. The Game Boy version from Japan was released. Is that the one where... Let me see. Do they have like screenshots? Yeah, it's this one. This is the one we should have got. Or it's probably the same one like the Nintendo one. That's the Ghostbusters 2 version we should have got for Nintendo, but we didn't. We got that other one. The other one I used to play all the time, but not too terrible. Let's see. What else we got? I feel like Game Facts got all the good ones. Just trying to see if there's any titles that I've seen that stick out. Prince of Persia for the Commodore 64. Worldwide in 2011. Silent Hill Book of Memories. PS Vita. Do I like puzzle games? Depends on what the puzzle game is. If it's just straight puzzle games, then not really. Garfield Kart. Apparently it's a Steam release. Not a whole lot of Garfield games. Probably the best Garfield game is Garfield Caught in the Act for Sega Genesis. I have that game. It was a fun game. Apparently, South Park: The Fractured Butthole was released worldwide on Steam. Doop doop. Felix the Reaper. Oh, baby, I'm the Reaper, your baby daddy's worst nightmare. Catch me by the Claire, I'll be right there. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Like Inside and Little Nightmares. Oh, Little Nightmares is good. I guess when I think of puzzles, I don't know. I think of, I don't know, something like Tetris or something like that. All right, that's really all I have. I don't really have anything else. Yeah, we got some of that. Yeah, the big ones like, yeah, look at all that. Just so many Asmongold. Warner Brothers Discovery rumored to be developing Hogwarts Legacy Definitive Edition with additional 10 to 15 hours of content. Tom Henderson at Inside Gamer claims that this definitive edition is in development, that it will be sold as a separate DLC for those with the existing game. He shared that it has 10 to 15 hours of additional content will be included. A new story quest, side quest activities, and outfits. I still want to play Hogwarts of Legacy. Wish I could find games like LN. This is my favorite genre in games. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think of what else could be kind of like Little Nightmares. It's unclear when this will be released, but Henderson revealed that some sources have suggested that it could be revealed in 2025 to bolster Warner Brothers' diminishing gaming revenue following the weak performance of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Very true. They better do something quick. Finally, he shared that it will likely cost between $20 or $30. This rumor is not at all surprising. It was rumored by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier that Rocksteady staff, who had previously been working on Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, were being redeployed to work on a director's cut of Hogwarts Legacy. Really? You really want the people who worked on Suicide Squad to be touching Hogwarts Legacy? Uh-oh. Good luck. He reported back in June, many of the studio's employees are now helping to develop a new director's cut version of Hogwarts Legacy. It is unclear if the director's cut is the same as the definitive edition, or if the two are different. Further, Warner Brothers Discovery CFO Gunnar Weidenfels made it clear that a successor to Hogwarts Legacy was one of the company's top priorities. Well, of course, obviously, a successor to Hogwarts Legacy is one of the biggest priorities in a couple of years down the road. Yeah, you don't want to let that slip away from you. So there is certainly a significant growth contribution from that games businesses in our strategy outlook here. And then it's pretty much kind of talking about the success of Hogwarts. It's noted by Henderson, Warner Brothers Discovery Game Division has struggled with the failure of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. In fact, the company's earnings release for its 2024 QT, it revealed that its games division revenue declined by 41%. The report stated games revenue declined 41% ex FX, primarily driven by the weak performance of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League this year compared to the strong performance of Hogwarts Legacy in the prior year. He added during the earnings call, well, as we called out last quarter, games are still struggling against last year's Hogwarts Legacy comp and a muted response to Suicide Squad this year. What do you make of this rule? Will you picking up the definitive edition of this if this rumor is true? Yeah, because I never got the original. Yeah, give me all the stuff that should have probably have been in there before, but decided not to. That's what I say. Well, there you go. There's a bonus article thing that popped my interest, but that caught my interest. I don't know why I said pop. Maybe it's because I drank from pop. That's how you can tell I'm originally from Illinois, because we say pop or soda. or as opposed to soda. And then Ubisoft still developing Splinter Cell remake. Well, that's all I had. That's all I had for you guys. Yeah, the whole Asmongold thing. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, sounds like the dude's set up for life. So if he's pretty much done with streaming, then just hang it up. Hang it up and go seek out that life that you're claiming is slipping away from you. And if you felt like it's started doing that the last 2 years, then you should have stopped as well. There's nothing wrong with stepping away from that stuff. As for what he said, I mean, seemed pretty intent about it. Seemed very direct, so whatever. And like I said, it's not like everything that he said was not true. But whatever. Again, I don't care ultimately about what he has to say because I don't watch his content, nor do I have any interest to check it out. Loki said, good show. Thanks. I try. I feel with the Asmongold stuff, like, because I was kind of watching other shows about it today, I've kind of, it's one of those things where, you know, when you watch it and you kind of nod and agree about what other people are saying and stuff like that, that it's like, now you're trying to remember, like, the points that were brought up. And, you know, especially if you're, like, doing something like this. That, like, it's like, I've already, like, you know, been like, yeah, I agree with that and stuff. So it's like trying to remember what you agreed and to share that again. But, yeah. Plus, it doesn't help when you're kind of like, it was kind of background noise since I was working. So it's like, Then again, I felt like this whole day, like, felt long for some reason. I think it's because I woke up very early. But whatever. All the more reason to get a good night's sleep. And I hope you guys get a good night's sleep too. So if you enjoyed the show, smash that subscribe and like button. Turn on notifications to get notified when I go live. Tomorrow we'll be doing more game streaming. Maybe do some Blue Dragon or continue with Sparking Zero. But yep. You guys have a good rest of your night. Let's see. Let's see. Is there anybody online that we can redirect to? Not that I'm really seeing. But whatever. All right. But yes, we were on YouTube, Rumble, and X, so you can check me out over there. You can feel free to follow me on X if you want, because over there you can get my link tree where my other social media is listed, or you can find it in the description below on YouTube and Rumble. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep an eye out what Asmongold's talk, like what he plans to do now, but his decision. But yeah, I think he's trying to cater to keep, you know, to appease the streaming gods, if you will, when it sounded like he was pretty confident about what he said before. So when it came to a time to where he shouldn't have apologized, he sure is apologizing. But we are human. And in the end, I don't care. All right. You guys have a good rest of your night. Take care. God bless. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.